Hey everybody, what's up? My name is Michael, and I'm a yoga teacher here in Central Florida. I'm recording some content for my yogis that typically come to see me at LA Fitness on Thursdays and Fridays. We're on furlough right now, so this is my way to share our practice, maintain our relationships while we're away, maintain our physical and mental health. Sorry, today's video is coming a little bit late. I had a lot of time to think yesterday and wonder, what can I fix? What can make me feel more natural in front of the camera? Because that's what I was struggling with last week. In addition to being unconfident that I'll do the right thing, and in addition to feeling all the emotions in the world, they make us all feel kind of heavy and weighed down. And even on Monday, still going pretty slow. And so if you watch Monday's class, today's will be a little different. We'll be moving a little faster. I have an injury in my left elbow, and so I'm being very, very careful about that. And so today I will be mostly walking around as I teach. And I'll demo some poses, typically the first time we go through them. After that, you may or may not find me up here in a pose. You may or may not find me up here dancing. You may see my dogs doing crazy drama. And if you see any of that, you have a problem. Because the only thing that you should be seeing, the only thing that you should be focusing here is on the music and on my voice. I'll be telling you how to go through the poses. And if you slip up and you forget what one is or what it isn't, or if you don't put your arms up when you should, it's not a problem at all. Now we're going to start our practice today of Vinyasa Power Flow Yoga in Child's Pose. Child's Pose, your knees go wide on your mat. Your knees can even go past the edges of your mat if that feels good for you. You begin to bring your torso down towards the mat in front of you. Your big toes are probably touching here. And you may or may not be sitting on the heels of your feet. Everybody is different. Doesn't make anybody bad or good. It's just different. And so if you found your way here into Child's Pose and your head is down on your mat, close your eyes. And if you need to modify your Child's Pose, or even find a different pose where you can stay and breathe for a few minutes, go there now. Nice. And wherever you found your way to, now close your eyes if you feel safe. It's always best to find space where you feel safe. You can be practicing without interruption. And as your eyes close, notice as your body begins to find stillness. Find a way in whatever pose you're in to be still. Once you find that stillness, begin to breathe in and out through your nose, going at your own pace, but staying in and out through your nose. Nice. Taking your time. Now, can you begin maybe to bring a little breathe a little deeper as your body relaxes. And as you do so, as you begin to inhale through your nose and maybe hold it, watch the breath. Where does it go to as it comes in? Where does it come from before it comes out? Does it have a color to you when you close your eyes? Or is it a light? Or is it a shadow? What if you told your eyes to stop? You don't need to fill in the blank for me right now. Let my body and my mind work together so that I don't feel any pressure in my eyes to perform. Now what do you see? As you breathe in and out. Here you begin to find your body start to get excited maybe. Start to think about the journey ahead and how good this is going to be for you and everyone around you. Because when you walk out of this session, you will feel amazing. Now push your way back to a down dog pose. Your arms are straight, your legs are straight, and you're pushing up through the pads of your hands. Working to push near your knuckles and push back at the bottom of your hand from your thumb. When you do that, you should begin to notice that your ears separate from your shoulders. Maybe your heels come down a little closer to the mat. Maybe the V, the upside down V that you're in, becomes a little sharper. Looking to the front of your mat and beginning to slowly walk your way up and meet in a ragdoll pose. Ragdoll pose, we kind of grab our elbows here, either after you fold or before, and you begin to fold your body in half. Now it's important to try to get the chest and thigh connection. So if you're just standing here and you can't get there, you can bend your knees to help you get down. And if it feels good when you get there, you can let your head hang loose away from your arms. And maybe you can close your eyes. And maybe if it feels good for you, you can begin to rock to the right and to the left. As you breathe, you rock. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And on your next inhale, find your way all the way up to Tadasana pose. Tadasana pose, your arms come up ahead of you or above you. Your hands are above your shoulders and your palms are facing together. Maybe your fingers are spread wide here, or maybe you do that later in. But your hands are lifting up towards the sky or whatever is above you. You're looking up and you feel your body pulling up right here out of the hip area. And as you exhale, bringing your hands down to your side for mountain pose and setting an intention for your class. What's it going to be today? Your intention can be very simple, that you want to sweat or you want to take it easy. If you have an intention for the month, use that on yourself. Your intention right now is to love or be generous. Find ways in your practice and in your life to be generous to you. Because until you learn to do it to you, may not be able to do it very well to others. Arms come back up. Lifting back up into that Tadasana pose. Arms coming up. Lifting up. And then beginning to swan dive forward into a forward fold. The difference between a forward fold and the ragdoll pose is kind of minimal, right? We're still bending our knees if we need to get that chest and thigh connection. We're just not touching our elbows here, and instead we're bringing our hands down to the sides of our feet. And if it's possible for you to come down to the palms of your hands, or if you can begin to tuck your arms behind your calves or your hands under your heels, go right ahead and do that. Making sure you tuck your head in a natural way. Do not force it. Just let it hang. From here, we'll lift halfway, so your hands will come to your shins, a little bit down below your knees. You'll try to get your back as straight as you can, and you're trying to look down. They say to look about 6 inches in front of your toes, but I don't like to give you inches or feet. It doesn't really matter. Find a place where it's natural for your neck to look down, and that's where you'll go from here on. Now find your way to a high plank pose, same as a high push-up pose. And then from there, come all the way down to your belly on your mat. When you get there, you can lift up into a baby cobra. You're not really lifting much up. You don't have a lot of weight in your hands at all. You're just lifting your shoulders up and maybe your eyes up slightly. And from here, you'll push all the way back to down dog. Finding a few breaths here. Bending your knees and looking to the front of your mat. Walk, hop, or skip. Forward fold. When you get there, we'll half lift like we did before. And we'll forward fold like we did before. Tuck it in. And then find your way all the way up to that Tadasana pose. Your hands come down to mountain. We'll speed it up from here. Arms come back up. This time we'll swan dive forward once again into the forward fold. From here, we'll half lift back as nice and straight, and you'll find your way back into your high plank pose. From here, we'll do a vinyasa. And a vinyasa is a series of poses, which can be from here, a high plank, and a low plank, or a chaturanga if that's what you know it. Finding your way into an up dog by pulling your body forward on your mat, and as you exhale, come back to that down dog. Find your breath here. Bend your knees, look to the front of that mat, hop, skip, or jump, forward fold. Half lift. Nice, check that back, and then fold. Come all the way up, Tadasana, lift up, pull up in that few seconds that you get here. Bring your hands down to your side, your feet step together. Lift those arms back up. Begin to sit back into your first chair pose of the day. Your knees will begin to bend. If you know how to come into a dining room chair and you got it like that, well, go right ahead. Many of us like to stay right here at this bar stool because when we go down a little further, things go a little haywire with our pose and we're not in the right form. It's better to be in the right form and be safe here than to go down to a full dining room chair. Just sit back. Bring your booty back at the same time pulling in your core. Maybe you shift the weight in your feet to 80% of it being in the back. And if you do that, maybe you can lift your toes up and off your mat. And from here, we fold forward. Half lift when you get there, folks. And then vinyasa, all the way back to a down dog. From your down dog, lift your right leg up. Begin to move your ankle around if that feels good. If it feels better for you to move your whole leg around, go right ahead. We are still warming up, so going to a flip dog here would be inappropriate. From From here, we're going to step our right foot forward and we'll rise up to a warrior one. Warrior one, your right leg is bent 90 degrees. You're trying to keep your knee above your ankle, but not going past it. Your left leg is straight and strong, and your left toes are pointing up kind of to the corner of a room if you were in a room right now. Your arms are up, lifting up as if somebody's pulling you from above, while at the same time you sit down. Perfect what's happening there with the right leg. Is the bottom of your right leg parallel with the mat? From here, we'll exhale and begin to Vinyasa. High plank, low plank, off dog, pulling through and over those feet. And now pushing back to your down dog. And breathing. In and out. In and out. Now bringing the left leg up. Moving the ankle around or moving the foot or the leg around if that's what you did on the other side. We try to keep a balance here in yoga. Moving that around and now bringing it back to your left toes pointing straight down on your mat. Now just bring that left foot forward and in between your two hands, and from there stand up to your warrior one on the left side. Once again, you've got to try to get this 90-degree angle if you can on the left leg. And if you can't, just do your best, folks. That's all we can do. Right leg is straight and strong. Lift those arms up if you can. If this arm up thing is too much for you, it's too much heat, you can do this. Well, isn't that cool? Hands right there at your hips. You still want to sink down from here, and instead of somebody pulling you up from your hands, somebody here is pulling you up from your ears maybe, or you have a suction cup on top of your head and it's pulling you up. As that pulls up, find your way down, and then Vinyasa. High plank, low plank, up dog and down dog. Breathing here. Bending your knees, looking to the front of your mat, walk, hop, or skip. Forward fold. Half lift from your fold, like we've been doing. Check that back. Check where your eyes are. Play with where the weight is in your feet. Where does it feel good for you? They recommend that it's in the back of your heels, much of it, so that you can bring your toes up. We'll come to a high plank from here. We will not do that. I apologize, folks. We'll fold again and we'll come all the way up to our Tadasana. Hands down to our sides. Arms come up, feet step together. We'll sit back now into our second chair pose. This time you're going to do what you did before, right? But we're all going to take it a little, maybe lower if we can here. But instead of going really, really low and jeopardizing our form, maybe as you go a little lower, now check your form. The easiest way if you know you're too far or too back is just to look. You can see your toenails in front of you. You're pretty sure that you have your knees where they're supposed to be. But sometimes we fold over like this because that's what we've known to do all along. In the style of yoga I learned, you're still trying to keep your chest upright here. You're trying to get into a chair, which is working on your core by pulling that core in while you push your glutes forward. Yet at the same time, your entire back body is coming back. And fold. Half lift. And Vinyasa all the way back to down dog, please. Catch your breath. Now we're going to lift up the right leg here. If you moved your ankle around before and that's where you want to stay, go ahead. If you want to move here into a twisted dog, begin to bring your knee up and over that right hip. But make sure you have your shoulders facing down towards your mat. Lifting that up. Maybe your toes go up and over the left leg. You find that stretch and you bring it back to your toes pointing straight down. Step the right foot forward. Rise up into the warrior one we were in before. Arms are up. Right leg is bent. Left leg is straight and strong. Inhale and lift those hands up. And as you exhale, find your way to a warrior two pose. Your hips are now facing the other side of your mat. You're pushing your glutes in while you pour on that core. And your arms are out at your side. You're looking over the right middle finger. Bending that knee a little sharper here. Maybe getting your body a little straighter in the middle. Maybe someone's pulling you up by that head. And then Vinyasa. All the way back to down dog. And find your breath. Now we're going to do that again on the left side. Left leg comes up. If you twisted it on the other side, twist it here. Once again, trying to keep your shoulders down to the mat. Your left foot is coming up and over that right side of your body. You're breathing. Find a way in difficult poses to get your breath. Nice. Now come back and point that left foot down. And step it forward. Rising up into a warrior one pose. Arms are coming up. Left leg is 90 degrees. Right leg is straight and strong. You're really trying to get your heels on your right foot and your left foot to all line up if you can. And you're also trying to get your front body, your hips, to shift forward so they're kind of sort of facing the front of the room as much as you can. Inhale, lift it up and sink down. And as you exhale, open your body up. Warrior two. So the bottom part of my body pretty much stayed the same, except for my feet move slightly out so that they're more pointing to the side of my mat. Doesn't matter where they are. Your arms are out wide. Bend that knee. Looking over the middle finger of the left hand, but making sure your body is facing the right side of your mat. And almost as if it's flat up against a wall or mirror, if that's what you're leaning on for support. And then Vinyasa. High plank, low plank, up dog, and down dog. Breathing. Bending your knees. Looking to the front, hop, skip, or jump. Forward fold. Half lifting from there. And folding. Coming all the way up to Tadasana. Lift up. Be pulled up. Hands down to your side. Mountain. Stepping your feet back together. We lift our arms up. Once again, we come into our chair pose. Keeping your hands above your shoulder for now, beginning to sit back. We won't stay in this one for long. Just check your pose and check your form. Making sure you can see the nails in front of you. Making sure you're pulling in your core and that you're sitting down. Forward fold. Half lift and Vinyasa all the way back to your down dog. Breathe. All right. Now from here, we're going to lift up our right foot. The dog keeps dropping bumblebees on my mat. And instead of doing the hip opening further, we're going to play, I call this the knee to nose gate, or the knee to X gate. And so your toes are pointing down, and you begin to bring your knee forward, very slowly, as if you're kind of pulling it in or against the flow of water. And at the same time, your shoulders begin to come over your wrists. bring that knee to your nose, and then just as slowly push it back. Very slowly, and bringing your toes to face down. Looking at your left foot and seeing if you can begin to bring the heel down a little closer to the mat. Just allow gravity to do that. And now you can bring your knee forward again, and this time we'll bring it to our right elbow. Slowly, bring it to your right elbow, shoulders over wrists, and then find your way back. Nice. Now you can stay here if this is too much, or you can bring that right knee to your left elbow, crossing it over your body slowly, shoulders over your wrists. And if you want to, you can kick it out from here and come into a fallen triangle. From there, we'll all find our way back to our beautiful three-leg dog. Breathe. Now we step the right foot forward. We lift up this time into a crescent lunge. It's kind of similar to our warrior one. We still have our right leg at a 90-degree angle, but we're standing on the ball of our left foot this time. Now remember, we're still trying to get that 90-degree angle, and you're still trying to get your the bottom of your thigh parallel to the mat. Now I was watching myself the other day thinking I was doing it really good, but I was still really high. So maybe when you get the chance, you check in the mirror. Arms are up if that's your practice, and you have the strength to do so. And as you inhale, bring your hands to heart center. As you exhale, begin to twist, and your left elbow will come and cross the right knee to give you support here if you need it. Now you stay here, still making sure you're on the ball of that left foot, or you can begin to lift up a little bit more and look over your right shoulder. Do what you can here. Your balance is involved and it may be difficult. Now on the next inhale, if you so choose, you can lift your arms and open them. Try to get the two hands in alignment with your shoulders here. And as you exhale, we open all the way up to the other side of our mat for the same warrior two we've been in before. Your hands are apart, still got the 90-degree angle thing happening here on the right leg. Left leg is straight and strong. Breathing. And as you inhale, reverse the warrior. We're just going to change the directions of our hands, and we'll begin to lean over on the right side of our body. And from here, you can look up and over that elbow, or if you were trained to look back to your left foot in this pose, like I was, you can go there. Just play with the degree of a bend on your right knee wherever you went to. And as you exhale, bring your body up and over that right leg. Place your right elbow over the right knee if you need to give you stability as we find our way into side angle. Side angle pose, if your elbow is on your knee, just means that you're not putting a lot of weight here in this elbow, and that you're allowing yourself to lift up and support that goal with your left hand. Now if your arms are open, or if your hand is down on the mat, if that's the case, your arms are lifting away from each other, as if you were in the middle of a tug of war, someone is pulling your hands away from each other. I don't like to sink down here too far though. I like to rise up. And from here, we'll come all the way to the front of our mat for a high plank and find our way into Vinyasa all the way back to down dog. Breathing. All right, we'll start the D to X game again. Lifting up the left foot here. Slowly, like it's through mud, begin to bring that left knee forward. Your shoulders come forward, your shoulders are above your wrists, and you connect your knee to your nose. And you take it back. Slowly. Nice job. Yes, I'm talking to myself. You bring that right knee forward and you connect it. You bring the left knee forward and you collect it here with your left elbow. Slowly. Shoulders over wrists, and then bring it back. Nice. Toes point down. One last trick. We bring the knee forward if you wish to do so. And we connect it here with the right elbow. And if you choose to do so, just kick this left foot out. And then open your arms up for a fallen triangle. From there, we'll all come back to our three-leg dog. Once again, checking where your heel is on the right foot now. Nice. Now we'll step forward and we'll come into the crescent lunge, this time on our left side. Still got the 90-degree bend. The right leg straight and strong, but you're on the ball of your foot. Our arms are up. That's good for you in your practice today. Lifting up, whether it's somebody pulling on your head or pulling on your hands. Lift up and find space in that spine. A lot of your brain lives in that spine. Love the space it lifts. As you inhale, bring your hands down to heart center. Exhale and twist now to the left. Again, you can bring that right knee to the left, right elbow to the left knee, if you so choose to balance that way. Or you can just kind of hang out. You want to open your arms here, you can. From here, on the next exhale, we'll open to our warrior two. Arms are out, looking over that left middle fingernail. Left knee 90, right leg straight and super strong. Reversing the warrior, our arms switch places. Knee stays at 90, looking up over the elbow or looking back. Checking your stance. And as you exhale, bringing the body up and over now the left side of your body. So if you need to, the left elbow can rest right here on that knee, and it's not a big deal at all. If you're more flexible and want to go further, you can certainly put your hand in advanced position. If you're here, you're trying to keep your shoulders in alignment with your knee. Try to keep that hand up, and you're not trying to slouch it. Trying to get that right hand to lift up to give you space. That's where you'll find the heat in this pose. Breathing, and then Vinyasa. High plank, low plank, all the way back to down dog. Breathe. Bend your knees. Look to the front. Walk off or skip. Half lift when you get there. Fold. This time fold really, really tightly. And notice in your body what's maybe changed. You still need to bend your knees quite so much. And you find yourself bending more into the pose than you were before. It's important to see where you came from and then watch where you got to. Here we'll rise all the way up to our Tadasana pose, arms lifting up, pulling up. This far into the practice, we're still going strong. And your hands come down to your side for mountain pose. You can close your eyes here if it feels good. And from here, start to do a little balancing. Sorry to squint past the camera, but can't leave my glasses laying there for the dog, or the dog will eat it. All right, we're gonna do some balancing here. And the first pose we're gonna do, I'm trying to keep it a little bit light today in balancing. So let's lift our arms up. Let's lift them up. And let's bring our palms together here. Just pop the index finger and lift up to the ceiling. Give it all you've got. As you exhale, lean to the right. Maybe look up a little bit as you do so, getting a nice curve in the right side and left side of your body. And as you inhale, lift all the way up. Pull up. Feed into what's pulling you. Who has your back? Who's lifting you up? And as you exhale, lean to the left. Nice job, folks. Just find your way into a difficult pose and breathe. Just say, I'm going to hang out here and breathe. It doesn't matter. And as you inhale, lifting all the way up. From here, we'll bring our hands down through heart center, all the way down to our hips. We'll do some leg lifts here. Right leg will come up. In my practice, I like to bring my right leg up to the height of my hip. There are some people who are trained to bring it up and into their chest, and when they do that, they can kick the leg out and it will be perfectly straight. I can't do that while maintaining a good, healthy pose in the upper part of my body. And so I don't do that. I stay right here, and I'm happy to be here. My hand rests on my knee for balance, but I begin to bring that right knee out to the side, and as I do so, I notice that my whole front body begins to open up to the front of the room. If you can imagine a sturdy surface there, use that in your mind to support you in your balance. Also looking down in front of you to a place that feels comfortable to look at, but you're not strained to look at. That's about half the size of a little pellet of rice. Lock your eyes there. That will always help your balance. And if you want to proceed, you can lift your arms out. Maybe the palms are facing the front of the room. Maybe you begin to lift your body up a little higher with more confidence. Or maybe you begin to look to the left side over your middle finger. Now bring it all back to center. The leg is still up, hands come to heart center. And as you kick that right leg back and behind you, begin to lean forward into Superman. Airplane pose, excuse me. Hands behind you, palms are facing down. Your right leg is trying to be straight. Try not to lock out the left. Get your chest to lift up just slightly and then release. Maybe shake that out. Arms come back up. Index finger pops. Lift. As you exhale, lean to the right. Inhale, back up. Lean to the left. Come back up. Hands back down through heart center to your hips. Left knee comes up. Opening the left knee out. When you're ready, take your time. There's no hurry. Locking your eyes on your drishti point in front of you. Call it your balancing point if that's too fancy of a name. Using the imaginary surface in front of you, supporting you. Maybe taking your hands away from your body, palms maybe face front to the front. Maybe you stand up a little taller. And maybe then you look to the right side. We all come back to center. Left leg is still off the mat, left foot. Getting to lean your body forward, bringing your left leg back. Pointing the toes back to the back of the room. Your palms are at your side, facing down. Lifting up just slightly into that baby cobra in the front as you release. Maybe closing your eyes here, or maybe shaking that out. Alrighty. We're going to do tree pose next. So we'll bring our hands to heart center. Standing up straight. Now if you're not feeling completely balanced today and you don't feel safe in balancing, you can do this pose just standing straight on both feet and just participate with the hand movements. If you'd like to challenge yourself a little bit more, you can come to a kickstand where the ball of your right foot is on your mat and the left foot connects with your ankle. You can bring the bottom of your right foot up so that it rests upon your calf muscle. Don't push it in, but just let it rest there. That's your challenge at that area. Now lift up a little bit higher, and then begin to grow your tree, which means if you want to, you can begin to lift your arms up. Now for me, I always bring my hands down first so that I take them out of my visual picture. Then I lift them up over my shoulders. For me, I spend a lot of time playing in balance, so I can look up and start to challenge my balance even more, lift my hands up and my body up, and then we release. Your left foot comes to where it went on the other side. It can also come up to the inside of your right thigh if that's what you were doing on the other side. Locking your eyes on that drishti point. Lift up. And then start to grow your tree. Kind of changes the balancing dynamic a bit. Arms coming up. Lifting up and pulling up. And release. Nice job. Arms come back up above our heads. And we swan dive forward. Half lifting from here. Vinyasa all the way back to a down dog. Right leg comes up. We'll step the right foot forward and rise up for a warrior one. This is a pretty quick sequence here. Rising up into the warrior one. And then opening your arms on the exhale and finding your way back into your warrior two. From here, we're going to reverse our arms on the inhale while we straighten our right leg. And then as we exhale, we'll bring our upper body up and over that right leg. Your palm can find your shin, and right here on the side of your shin, you can use a block. If you know how to get your hand down to the mat, go for it. Left hand comes up and over, kind of in alignment with your two hands. Once again, pulling up with the left hand from here. Lifting up, breathing, and then find your way to a high plank, all the way back to a down dog. Left side. Stepping the left foot forward and rising up for warrior one. As you exhale, open to warrior two. As you reverse and straighten the left leg. As you exhale, find your way into your triangle pose. Lifting up the right arm if you can. Just imagining your body in shapes of triangles. How that might feel. Breathing here. And then Vinyasa. All the way back to down dog, please. From that down dog, we'll come to a high plank from here. And we'll come all the way down to our belly. Now this time we'll rest on our right cheek and our eyes will go to the left side of our mat. And I know people who get to this point of class who decide it's time for a nap. And that's perfectly fine with me in my classroom or outside of it. If for you, you want to keep moving and you want to play around with some back bends that are extremely good for mental health and managing stress and trauma, well, maybe you want to follow along with me. So I like to bring my forehead to the mat, but you have a choice between your forehead and your shin. So maybe play around with both and figure out which one feels the most comfortable for you. From there, bring your hands to your waist area. Now we're going to come up into a locust front pose. I guess my dogs have decided it's not enough challenge for me on my own. And so what we're going to do for our locust prep pose is have our hands here at our side. Once again, you're on your forehead or your shin. We're going to exhale forcefully, kind of like, and then breathe it in forcefully. And exhale forcefully. And now as you breathe in forcefully, just lift the upper part of your body off the mat. There's no weight in those hands at all. Maybe your legs are straight and strong. Maybe you're looking up. And then come all the way back down, this time to your left cheek, looking right. Hands come down to your sides, palms facing up. Breathe. Here we'll do the locust pose. And so once again, you'll find your way to your forehead or your shin, whatever feels best for you. And on this pose, we're going to lift both our upper and lower body off the mat. And I know that sounds crazy, but it actually is doable. Just think about your legs maybe moving independently, and you're using this base here to rest and lift from, right? And so then imagine your upper body lifting independently. You're supported by this base. So exhale forcefully. And inhale forcefully. Exhale, making sure your hands are at your waist. And as you inhale, lift it all off the mat. And if you want to challenge yourself to make sure that there is no weight in the hands, take them off the mat. Maybe you want to look up. Maybe you want to lift up and really feel the amazingness of that. And yes, I made that word up. And you come down now to your right cheek, looking to the left. And breathe. From here, if you'd like to, we'll come into a floor bow. Bringing your knees, bending your knees and grabbing the outsides of the feet. I grab either the top of my feet from the outside. Sometimes I will grab my ankle. And sometimes I'll grab my shin. It just depends on how I feel that day. Exhaling and inhaling. Exhaling. And as you inhale, just like we did in locust, lift it all up. Everything comes off the mat now, and maybe you're only balancing there on your pelvis area. Maybe if you're really strong and you kick those legs back, you can lift your entire torso off the mat while you're breathing. Then release. Down to your left cheek, looking to the right. And find your way back to a child's pose. And from that child's pose, lift it on up to down dog. It's all good. We can do this last couple down dogs. Taking the right leg and lifting it up and bringing the knee forward. I like to bring my shoulders over my wrist and connect my knee here with my elbow. And then I bring my right foot down to the mat. I then just allow myself to come and settle down and let my right knee hit the mat. You have a choice here. You can power up in your half pigeon, your knee up and stuff. Or you can power down, and that, for me, is where I typically go at this point in my practice. And it really just means that you bring your forearms down to the mat. Maybe your head rests on your hands or your mat. Just breathe. Pushing back to down dog. Left leg comes up. Bring it on forward, touching that elbow if that's how you do it. Right foot comes down. Knee hits the mat. Powering up. Allowing the front of your body to hit the mat. Just breathe. Release. Sink into the left side of your body. Allow the right leg to come around the side of your body and to the front of your mat. The bottom of your left foot now comes in, touches the inside of your right thigh. This is called seated tree. And that's my friend Julie. I haven't seen for a while. Says it's good to kind of reach down here in the couch, pull away those cushions, try to sit down onto the sit bones of your body. You'll feel it when you get there. It's kind of like a sturdy, like, ooh. Here, we're pulling in our core. We're lifting our arms up as we inhale. And as we exhale, we begin to fold our body up and over that right leg. Now, if your hand does not grab your foot naturally, you don't have to grab your foot. All you need to do is find a place on anywhere on your leg where your hands can allow you to get the stretch that you deserve. The stretch that you're able to handle. Finding your edge, pushing it, just like being very careful. We'll release here, come back up seated, and switch our feet around. Bottom of the right foot is now on the inside of our left thigh. Pulling in that core as you begin to lift up on the inhale. And as you exhale, do you just fold to where it feels good for you. Do try to keep your back as straight as you can. Find where about your edge is, slightly pushing. It's about the breath now. It's about returning inside. From here, we'll roll back to our backs. And our legs will come up for a little bit of happy baby, however you choose to do your happy baby. Some people tell you to keep your legs straight and grab the outside of your feet and rock. Some people like to just grab behind their knees. Some people can bend their knees. It's just important to lay there and to rock. Relieving the back of your, relieving the muscles in your back. Preparing you for your final rest. Your knees will come now to the left side of your mat. Your arms will come open wide, and the tendency might be for your knees to then come off the mat. Try to adjust your body if you need to keep the knees there. And then beginning to twist your head over to the right side as you inhale and exhale. switching sides. Knees come to the right side, head glances to the left. And now finding your way to Shavasana. On your back, on your belly, wherever it feels right for you. We'll be here for about 4 more minutes. Close your eyes. Enjoy what you did. finding your way to fetal if you prefer to end in seated. Found an awesome little thing from Rumi this morning that I thought folks would love. It's called The Guest House. It says, this being human is a guest house. Every morning a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness, some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they are a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honorably. He may be cleaning you out for some new delight. A dark thought, the shame, the malice. Meet them all at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whatever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. Hope you all have an awesome day, and I'll try to do this again tomorrow. Smooches. Namaste.